Okay, thank you very much. That was from Bernard Wachi with that news updates on your Community Watch Radio on Focus 94.3 1406. And still the text line, type FC first, leave a space and follow that with your message. Today we're talking about ridding the country of corruption, everybody's rule. Now online now is Vitus Azeem with the Ghana Integrity Initiative. Mr. Azeem, good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you're doing good, sir.
I'm fine. How about you?
Cool, sir. We're talking today about ridding the country of corruption. From your own understanding, what would you say is the corruption situation in the country like?
Well, the corruption situation in the country is worrying. Because when you look at our measures, the corruption perception index, for example, we have never scored up to 4 out of 10. So if you go and write an exam and you get less than 40%, definitely you have failed.
Okay.
So it is not just the actual corruption situation alone, but the perception that corruption is high is really very high in this country. And when the perception is high, then people begin to feel, oh, if I don't bribe, I cannot get what I want, even if it's my right.
Okay.
And so it is worrying that corruption is high and that the perception too is high.
Okay, so looking at the perception that is high, what by your assessment has successive governments done to subdue or get rid of corruption in the country?
Successive governments have always been making pronouncements, statements that they are committed to fighting corruption. But when you look at it, they are not actually doing anything to eradicate corruption. In fact, in some cases, they themselves are involved, and so because of that, they are not able to actually fight or even put in place measures to remove corruption.
Okay. Looking at the perception you've talked about, how do we kill that perception?
How do we
kill that perception that corruption is high? Because you've already said that is contributing to the high risk of corruption in the country.
Yes, you have to look at what laws have we put in place to deal with corruption. Are the laws adequate? If the laws are adequate, are they being enforced? For example, if you make an allegation of corruption against a public official, how fast is it being investigated? And if it is investigated, what action is taken when some of the people being investigated are found to have been guilty? You don't see much of investigations, even though there are a lot of reports in the newspapers and on air about corruption. You don't see much about action being taken against people that have been found to be corrupt. And so you set up commissions of inquiry and it just dies a natural death. The newspapers report, makes allegations. Within 1 week, everybody forgets about it. But people still continue to suffer from the negative effects of corruption.
Okay. Mr. Azeem, let's talk about some legislations, for instance, the Public Procurement Act. Would you say that has helped in the way of fighting corruption in the country?
No, you see, it's supposed to help if people were following it. But you see, adverts in the newspapers are calling for tenders for award of contracts. But what you hear on the ground is that they don't go by those tenders. Even before the advertiser, they have already decided who should get it.